Good day, class. In the previous videos, we have introduced the definitions, characteristics, as well as the relationships of the five elements. In this video, we are going to explain the applications of the five-element theory in Chinese medicine. The use of the five-element theory in Chinese medicine symbolized the establishment of the theoretical frameworks has been finalized. For thousands of years, all developments and improvements in Chinese medicine fell within these frameworks, including the axons and qi theory, the yin and yang theory, and the five-element theory. In Chinese medicine, the five-element theory is widely applied in the explanations of the physiology and pathology. Since 黄帝内经, the physiology of Chinese medicine is based on the five zang organs, which is established according to the five-element theory. The five-element theory has also assisted in the explanation of the relationship between the human and the universe or the nature. The balance of the internal organs is well explained by the laws of the five elements, which are the generating and controlling. In physiology, the five elements theory is used to explain the functions of the organs. For example, according to the five elements theory, the fire has the function of warming, moving upwards, and brightness. In human body, the heart governs the vessels and blood, maintains the body temperature, which is warming. The heart houses the mind or controls the mind. The clear mind, or in other words, brightness. So from this point of view, there are some similarities between the heart and fire. So according to the five elements theory, the heart belongs to the fire. Similarly, the water nourishing and moving downwards. The earth can grow. Everything can grow from the earth or from the soil, including the grains and vegetables, where the food or nutrition comes from. In the theory, in human body, the spleen and stomach are where the nutrition comes from, nourishing the body. Therefore, the spleen belongs to the earth. So when you consider each organ, you can find the explanation from the five-element theory. You also can find the connection between the organs and the element. Why these organs were categorized into specific elements? Because they have something similar. The five-element theory has also established the links, the connections between human bodies and the nature. For example, the east, the wind, the wood, and the sour, the taste of sour, the liver, the ligament from the table that we have illustrated previously. From the link between the nature and the human beings can be linked through the five elements theory. And we also can use this kinds of connection to benefit or to control the organs, to improve the organ's function, or to limit the organ's function. From this point of view, we also can explain why in some specific diseases they can happen in different seasons, or they are more likely to happen in specific seasons, because these organs are related to the specific seasons. The relationship among the five Zang organs, especially within two organs, between two organs, for example, the liver and the heart and spleen, or the kidney and the lung. Between two organs, the relationship can be explained through the generating or controlling. For example, the liver can generate the heart because the wood can generate the fire. When we study the function of the liver stores the blood. When the liver stores the blood, the liver can assist the heart function of governing the vessels and blood, because the promotion of the blood movement is one of the functions of the heart. And this function needs to be supported by the liver, which stores the blood. The heart generates the spleen because the fire generates the earth. The digestive function will be achieved by the supports from the yang qi in the heart. On the contrary, from the perspective of controlling, for example, the kidney and the heart. The kidney is the water, the heart is the fire. The kidney controls the heart. This can avoid the heart fire becomes excessive or too hot. In this situation, if the heart fire becomes excessive, the patient may suffer from mouth ulcers, yellow urine, or painful urinations. So in this situation, the water in the kidney can control the heart fire. The kidney is the water, the spleen is the earth. The earth can control the water, so the spleen function can control the kidney. From this point of view, it will assist in avoiding edema. So these are all the functions between different organs, either for generating or controlling, to explain the different physiological functions of human body. When talking about the development and the change of the diseases, these also can be explained through the five elements theory. For example, the generating, the mother elements, or the mother organ, and the sun organ or the sun element. The water and the wood. The water can generate the wood, which means the kidney can generate the liver. A patient suffers from kidney deficiency may result in liver deficiency. This is the mother elements affecting the sun elements. A patient suffers from the liver problem can result in the heart problem. On the contrary, a patient suffers from heart blood deficiency also may result in liver blood deficiency. In this situation, it's the sun elements affecting the mother elements. In this situation, the patient will result in the heart and liver deficiency. Overacting. A patient suffers from liver stagnation, depression, anxiety. This kind of patient, they may present with poor appetite, oppressed chest, diarrhea. These symptoms reflect the spleen dysfunction. From the liver to the spleen, that's the liver, the wood overacts the earth. In the other situation, a patient suffers from irritation, red complexion, red facial complexion, red eyes, and coughing, even coughing blood. What happens in this situation is the wood, which is in charge of the emotion, the liver, irritation, red complexion, and red eyes. That's with the fire, the liver fire insults the lung, results in coughing or even coughing blood. So that's the explanation for insulting. Previously, we said that the earth can control the kidney. The spleen can control the kidney to avoid the edema. However, in some situation, the spleen is weak, the spleen deficiency, and then the patient presents with edema. In this situation, we say the earth is insulting the kidney. The earth is insulting the water. Until now, I trust that all of you should understand the clause from the classic 金匮要略. At the beginning of the five-element theory, we introduced that Dr. Zhang in 伤寒杂病论. He said that a patient suffers from the liver problem. In the treatment principles, you need to protect the spleen to avoid the disease develop into the spleen. That's from the theory of the five elements. The last part of the five elements theory in the diseases. Some diseases are more likely to happen in certain seasons. For example, the edema is more likely to happen in winter. The heart problem is more likely to happen in summer. This is related to the seasons and the five elements. Diagnosis. The five-element theory can be used to assist the diagnostics. For example, from the four diagnostic methods, we realize that the patient presents with a green facial complexion. The patient prefers to eat sour food. From the pulse, we can identify the wiry pulse. In this situation, we can diagnose that the patient is suffering from the liver problem. Another patient suffers from the red facial complexion, bitter taste in the mouth, a surging pulse. In this situation, we may diagnose that the patient suffers from the heart fire. As according to the five-element theory, the bitter taste, the red color are related to the heart, related to the fire. So we can use the five-element theory in the diagnostics. According to this theory, we also can predict or to understand the severities of diseases and their prognosis. This is mainly achieved by the colors or the facial complexion and the combination of the facial complexion and the pulse. The favorite prognosis or developments we present with the generating relations. If we identify the insulting relationship between the facial color and the pulse, the prognosis is unfavorable. This theory also can be used in the treatments, for example, to guide the use of the herbal medicine, also to guide the indications of herbal medicine. Some according to the colors, according to the taste of the herbal medicine. For example, the sour taste linked to the liver, the bitter taste linked to the heart. So we can use the salty food or the salty herbal medicine, or even in the prescription, we can add some salt to assist the kidney problem, because the salty taste is related to the kidney. Another part in the treatment is to control or to prevent the development of the affecting organs. This is the example from the 伤寒杂病论. Liver problem in your treatments, although the patient presents with the liver problem only, in your treatments, you still need to protect the spleen, to protect the spleen function, as the liver problem may develop into the spleen problem. So if we understand the developments of the diseases, the developments through the 5 elements theory, then we can prevent the diseases develop into a severe cases. Some treatment principles are established by the 5-element theory, for example, tonifying mother and purging child. When to tonify, when to purge. We are going to discuss this more in detail in the next slides. The use of the 5-element theory also can be used in the selection of acupoints and more special treatments, especially the 5 true points. When we study the acupoints, on each meridian, there are 5 special points that has specific property or nature according to the 5 elements. Then we can use the nature different function of these points to treat specific diseases. These we will discuss in the therapeutics of acupuncture. The last application of the 5-element theory in Chinese medicine is to guide the treatments of emotional diseases. For example, there's one story that's recorded in the literature. There's a gentleman, he studies very hard to be an officer who serve for the government. In China, every educated people want to serve for the government in the past. However, in order to be an officer, he needs to take part in the exam. If he passes the exam, he can be the officer. And this, in the old days, this exam was held every 3 years, which means if you fail in this exam this year, you will need to wait for another 3 years. This gentleman started to write the test in his 20s. Unfortunately, he failed for 30 years until in his 50s. Eventually, he passed the test. When he got the news that he finally passed the test, he was very happy. Actually, he was too happy, so he became mad. The patient will become mad how his neighbor deal with him. His neighbor took him to his father-in-law, who is a butcher. His father-in-law slapped him on the face, and he recovered. So this is the story in the literature. This is a very well-known story, as it was selected in the textbook. From this story, a mad person is recovered from a slap because this gentleman is very afraid of his father-in-law. So from this story, we pick 2 aspects from here. A mad person, a person is too happy, and afraid of father-in-law. Afraid, that's a fear. Now you can go back to the 5 elements table. The happiness is related to the fire. The fear is related to the water. According to the 5-element theory, the water can control the fire. That's why this patient can be recovered from the fear. This is a story. However, there's a lot of records of using the emotions to treat diseases even in the medical cases. So in future, you also can think in this way, how to treat diseases through the emotions, through different emotions, according to the 5-element theory. Another example is that you can use the emotion of anger, to treat the patient with sorrow. The patient feels sad all the time, and then you can make the patient anger, try to find some way to make the patient feel angry, and then the patient may recover from there. So these are all from the 5 elements theory. Previously, when we talk about the treatment principles, we mentioned that the tonifying mother and purging child. What does it mean by tonifying mother and purging child? So we're going to use the law of the generating to assist the treatments, especially for the deficiency. Patients suffer from the liver deficiency or the wood deficiency, the weakness of the wood. In this situation, we can tonify the water, replenishing the water, tonify the water. When you tonify the mother elements, you can nourish the son elements or the child elements. Reinforcing the earth to strengthen the metal. The earth, you're going to focus on the treatment of the earth, can assist the metal. So in this situation, we tonify the spleen to assist the lungs problem. In the water and wood situation, we tonify the kidney to assist the liver problem. The mutual promotion of the metal and water. Metal and water, we're going to assist both of them, reinforcing the fire to strengthen the earth. Fire and the earth. For example, a patient suffers from diarrhea. Then we can reinforce, we can improve the fire in the body. This fire can be the kidney fire, and then we can help the treatment of the diarrhea from the spleen. So these principles are from the law of generating. But more specifically, it mostly used for the deficiency. There are 4 principles according to the law of controlling. First one, strengthen the earth to inhibit the wood. The wood can control the earth. However, if the earth is very weak, the wood can overact on the earth. In this situation, we need to tonify the earth to inhibit the overacting from the wood. In the treatments, we're going to tonify the spleen, which is the earth, to control the inhibits from the liver. Second, tonify the earth to reach the water. In this situation, when we talk about the earth and the water, in this situation is the weakness of the earth, the weakness of the spleen causes edema, and in this situation we need to tonify the spleen to help the edema, to help the kidney. Nourishing the lung to inhibit the liver. The lung and liver, when we talk about the wood and the metal. In this situation, it's the wood insulting the metal. In this situation, we need to nourish the lung to control the wood. Reducing the south, tonify the north. Where is the south? Where is the north? The south is the fire. The north is the water. So reducing the south and tonify the north is talking about the relationship between the fire and water. In this situation, the patient suffers from liver insufficiency. So in this situation, the patient is lacking of the water, lacking of the kidney yin because of the excess fire. In this situation, we need to reduce the fire. reduce the heat in the body, then you can restore the water in the body. As you can see, some of the translation here you may feel funny. However, these are the original translation, the word by word translation. That's why we want to keep the original meaning as well as the characteristics of the 5 elements. That's why you can see the earth, the wood, the south, the north. In order to understand the south and north, you need to remember the table that's in the previous lectures. What does the south mean? What does the north mean? Until now, we have studied all the philosophical theories in Chinese medicine. Lastly, we are going to introduce some of the characteristics of the Chinese medicine thinking. These include the micro-observation, overall research, philosophical thinking, and emphasize the functional connection. On the micro-observation, according to the theory, human beings is made from qi. Qi is also the origin of universe. So the human beings is connected to the universe. Also from yin and yang theory, from the 5 elements theory, we can see that human beings are connected to the nature. So when we see patients, when we see our environment, we don't see the patient itself only. We're going to consider the geography, the climate, the astronomy, the agriculture, the botanical, and the minerals, as well as the social status. We need to consider all these aspects. We need to observe all these different aspects. That's why we say it's micro observation. We don't focus on the human body itself, but rather the whole environment. This is also from the concept of holism. From the overall research, when we see patients, suffer from, for example, headache, we are not only going to focus on the head, we're going to focus on the whole body, we're going to focus on where they live. So these are the micro observation and overall research. These two are actually connected to each other. When we see patients, we're going to see the patient and the environment, the natural environment, the social environment, as well as the human body itself. We are not going to focus on specific location. We still need to focus on different structure, different aspects of the body. A patient suffers from headache, we're going to identify the headache is from the liver or from the heart or even from the kidney. You need to find some evidence to support your diagnosis. So that's one of the very typical characteristic of Chinese medicine. We said we don't treat the head for the headache. We don't treat the foot for the problem in the foot. So we're going to use the overall thinking. These two are actually from the concept of holism. The philosophical thinking. One of the philosophical thinking is balance. Balance is very important in Chinese medicine. The balance of yin and yang, the balance of the 5 elements, how to balance, and why the human body can maintain in the balancing stage. It's from the laws of yin and yang and the laws of 5 elements. In order to maintain health from the philosophical thinking, we need to maintain the balance. We need to maintain the gradually changing. For example, the climate, the season, the changes of the seasons need to be gradually changed. If the sudden change, it will cause damage. So all these are balanced. Another aspect from philosophical thinking is the analogy. Analogy is very important in Chinese medicine. For example, according to the five elements theory, when we see something yellow, we think that's the spring, that's the earth. The earth is related to the spring. So something yellow, for example, the food in the yellow color can tonify the spring. The green pepper, the yellow green pepper, the red green pepper, and the green pepper, they have different functions to our different organs. All these theory, all this thinking, this kind of thinking is from the analogy. We think something similar, we compare with the theory, and then we going to identify which which herbs, which food, or which acupuncture points is related to which organs. Apart from the relationship of the organs, in the treatments, we still use this kinds of thinking. For example, when we see this, if a boat in the river, if there's no water in the river, the boat will stop there. So in this situation, in order to move the boat or the ship, we need to increase the water in the river. Right. So in the clinical practice, if you see a patient with constipation, now you can think about the constipation. You think about the stool is the boat. The constipation, the boat stop in the intestine. What can we do? We need to increase the fluid in the intestine. So from this point of view, in our treatments, we will increase the fluid in the intestine to treat constipation. This is also from analogy. You see something from the environment, then you can think something similar in our human health, then you can apply. This thinking is very widely accepted and widely used in our daily practice. The last characteristic is the emphasis on the functional connection. This we can see from the Zangfu organs in our next video. When we talk about the organs, we have mentioned quite a few organs today. The liver, the heart, these organs are not the organs in your anatomy. These organs really includes the organ of your in the anatomy. It also includes their function. So in the next video, when we study the Zangfu organs, you will understand that when we talk about the heart, that this heart in Chinese medicine includes the physical heart from anatomy. It also includes the function of the heart. So that's very typical in Chinese medicine, especially when we discuss the organs, the function of the organs. In this video, we have mainly discussed the application of the five-element theory in Chinese medicine. This is our last philosophical theory in basic theory. In the next video, we are going to study the Zangfu theory. Thank you for your attention.